思考。
Single time you land a successful jump. Left 4 Dead 2 is a game known for its replayability. This is because so much of the game is random. In speedruns, however, this can be very painful, as special infected spawns, common infected spawns, weapon spawns, and item spawns are all random, as well as sometimes even the pathing that you can take is random. Thankfully, though, this is not perfectly random. There is some patterns to how it works. For example, special infected always spawn on a timer. So if you're consistent with how fast you are, you'll get specials in the same spots. Like here. For instance, I knew that there's probably going to be special infected spawns when I left this area, so I shot the gas can through the wall, just in case I were to get grabbed. When you're grabbed by a special, there is nothing you can do to free yourself. You are just going to die, especially if you have no teammates. This is because the game is balanced around having multiplayer settings.
好吧
At least having bots, if not human players, to help you out if you're going to get grabbed.
我应该要先 trace 一次吗？
This is
我有点
because
想先
chargers,
trace 一次，
jockeys,
然后直接
smokers,
从
and arguably even tanks can all pin you down and
然后看
so
着
you
他
literally
画一
can't do
次，
anything.
然后直接从记
In the
忆画
solo
一次。
speedrun, that makes this run
好，
very, very
就这么做。
tense. At any moment, you can
那首先
immediately be
开一个新的作
pounced,
品吧。
and there is nothing you can do. You've just lost a ton of time, and you are going to die. The exceptions to this, however, is if you get a tank to hit a special off of you, which is mostly done with jockeys, or what you saw there, where you set an enemy on fire or explode something as you get grabbed. This is super rare, however. It is not normal that you are able to get out of a grab like that.
好烦哦。好，登录 Discord， 先把这画面关掉。
Save frames transitioning into the next sequence will actually end any action that you're currently starting. We often use this to finish our healing animations as soon as we start them. So instead of having to wait about 10 seconds for your heal to go through, you just start it immediately as you enter a safe room, and then when the door closes, it ends automatically. Tank spawns being random is one of the biggest inconveniences in the entire run. Thankfully, however, in this game, you can only ever get one tank on a map at a time, except for in finales. This is not true, however, in Left 4 Dead 1. In Left 4 Dead 1, you can get 2 tanks in the same map.
Anyone out there?
The position in which tanks spawn is not entirely random. Generally, they spawn in the same spots here or there on certain maps. And it seems that tanks and witches overlap each other in their spawns. So if you get a witch, it is unlikely that you'll get a tank in a similar or close spot. Here we're going to actually skip the entire crescendo event of the roller coaster by doing a little parkour. This version of this skip is only doable on the 2.00.00 version of the game, which is the original release and what we use to run solo. Different categories require different versions of the game, but solo runs are done generally on 2.00.00. This skips the entirety of the crescendo event, and you can actually jump right over this little gap here, making short work of this seemingly really long section.
That was close.
Up next, we have the Barns, which is notorious for being one of, if not the most reset-heavy sections of the entire game. It's just a culmination of all of the worst possible things
Millions
about
rely on
this game with its RNG. First off, the spot where I ran through just there is RNG. Sometimes there's a gate in the way, and if there is, you have to do what is known as a common jump over the gate, which loses a bit of time and is a bit random. We'll see a common jump in this section later on. then there is almost always a tank spawn. Where this tank spawns is random, and if it spawns near the end of the level, it is very hard to get away from. And fun fact, special infected, including tanks, can spawn inside the safe room, which in this particular section of barns, if that happens, you're pretty much instantly dead because you're already running from a horde. Now that we started this crescendo that we cannot skip, we are going to do what's known as a common boost to try to get into a god spot where we can't die. We do this by jumping on top of a common's head while they're climbing, thus adding their climbing speed to our jumping speed, launching us in the air. In this particular scenario, the tank fell on the other side of the fence, but normally what you would hope would happen is that he would come to you. Because tanks have a thing going on where if they are behind a wall and can't aggro to you, and they don't know how to find you, eventually they'll just despawn and...
OK， 再连一次吧。OK， 好，那就从这边开始 trace。首先trace 一次，然后接下来再看我能做什么。哇，这个画质有点跑调。它那个 pen pressure 有一点没有段落感，那没关系啦，先着重在 proportion 正确，其他的可以之后再说。正式开始画一些比较为什么左边跟右边的眼睛感觉差那么多？那画起来感觉有点奇怪。为什么它可以画的看起来那么自然？ 我甚至连要从哪里开始画线都不是很清楚了。现在应该没关系啦，就是沿着它的边边绕一次，学多少算多少。Like，这种感觉有点像是，整个轨迹比较像这个样子。蛮有趣的，它这边直接遮起来，但还是可以看到这边有一点，嗯，这2点就不画了。一样，先从脸开始，脸是最重要的。这块很草率，这块看起来就很单纯的，就是嗯，为什么这边会有2条线？看起来就是很单纯的这样，然后这样，它颜色不是黑色的，不过差不多。再来是头发，给它一点厚度是吧？我应该把头发跟头 换成不同的图层去学，或是我 trace 第二次，算了，反正画得出来就是好画。啊，这光是 trace 就不知道花多少时间了，感觉蛮有一笔画的感觉。OK，还算有到位。这张图看起来像是他非常随手画了一张图的感觉，然后透过他非常深厚的画工，让它看起来那么的好看。唉，OK，we're getting somewhere。trace 的过程也是在练习那个线条啊，毕竟还是初学阶段。拉完了，这要 trace 到民国几年啊？我突然想回去画星爷了。星爷的头发好画多了。我到底要不要先画一个有点类似头颅的感觉，然后从头颅去画这些？ 我总觉得我首先需要先确保我对人体结构是了解的。Oh my god！哎呦，我刚刚直接一笔画到刚好的位置，力道有点不太对，就是了。感觉有一点蹭线，蹭的很优雅，但感觉有蹭线，还是故意的。Anyway，应该差不多这样。帽子先不画，还没有想要学帽子。或许我压根就不应该在现在尝试画头发，应该直接从脸开始临摹。我要待会就知道了。 Nice. 对。哦，
instantly die.
我的 ADHD ass 需要
This is not going to happen, however, because he can see me where he is.
需要一点 break。
Having a boomer bottle for this section makes it infinitely easier, but after that, having a Molotov helps more than having a pipe bomb. And having nothing basically means you're not going to make it out of this one. Now, for the finale of Dark Carnival, we're going to illustrate why we do Dark Carnival first. A lot of people will ask me why we don't do Dead Center first. This is because we don't do the campaigns chronologically. We do them in any order that you want, whatever you think is fastest. But it is most certainly Dead Center or Dark Carnival that is fastest to do first. This is because there's a glitch that, by the way, still works on current patch to this day and with players, where if players are down inside a certain spot in the safe room, a rather large spot, may I add, and you start the finale, they are actually kicked from the server. We do this in solo because we need at least one bot to be able to do some tricks, but we don't need to waste time killing all 3 of them every single map. So what we do is we fully kill one NPC and then down the others and kick them with this glitch. Once we have successfully kicked the bots from our server, we're going to run into what is known as a God spot. God spots are spots where the enemy AI doesn't know how to path to you. This is very useful because commons will just stand around and special infecteds at times will get stuck on walls. During finales, where you are forced to kill hordes of enemies, this is really useful because if enemies are stuck behind a wall and they can't path to you, they'll eventually despawn. And in this particular situation, there are 2 spawn points really close to us where we can eliminate these enemies rather fast. Finales where you have to kill enemies, you actually have to kill the enemies. There's 2 waves of tanks and 2 waves of hordes. You have to kill all of the hordes and both tanks in order for the rescue to come save you. Here's an example of a tank despawning and dying because it doesn't know how to find us and it can't see us. There are circumstances where a tank will be able to see you just because of bad RNG and its spawn placement, and then you'll have to kill it manually. Now, you're not totally invincible in these God spots, as some special infecteds can still get you depending on where they spawn. For instance, smokers can spawn on the roof in front of you and get you, and sometimes hunters will break free. We use Molotovs to our advantage here to be able to kill the enemies that are spawning as soon as they spawn. This is because while they will despawn and that does count as a kill, it is faster to manually kill them if you have the ability to do so.
好，好像不是我的问题，眼睛确实看起来有一点。为什么眼睛会是这个样子？为什么看起来有点怪？是比例上的问题，还是视觉的问题 ？I don't get it。为什么怎么样看起来都有点怪？
Here, the helicopter can go to either side. It's totally random which side it goes on, but it doesn't actually save time on either side. Except for if you go for a glitch called the coin toss. If it lands on the side that it did for us, and you go there early and stand in the spot where it's going to be,
那先从整个脸不包含头发开始
for it
画。
loading into the next map actually are there at the beginning of the animation.
我真的需要去找那种本来就有草稿的图，然后从那种图开始跟，不然我根本没办法知道 具体来说，它的这个脸型是长什么样子？是
Now
这
that
样
we have
子
used the
吗？
vote bind
还是它
to
其
get
实
to
还
the
要再
next map
更
without
大
having to go to
颗
the
一
main
点？
menu,
还
we
是
only
形
have
状其
one
实不太
bot.
对？
This is because of that glitch we did in the last section. And as you can see, it saves a ton of time only having to kill one bot instead of 3.
这
For
里
this
应该
section, we are looking to do a glitch called
是
Infinite Stumble.
好
This is
玩
a
会
glitch
比
that
较
is
好。
only available on the earliest patch, the 2.00.00, and on some console versions. Basically, what it is if you start stumbling and then you switch weapons, your stumble animation loops. And you can just keep looping the stumble animation. Now, the stumble animation, after it loops a couple times, you don't lose elevation from it. So you can use this to float across gaps where there is a hole in the middle. So what we're doing is looking for a propane tank to be able to set up this infinite stumble.
Time to kick some ass.
And now we fly across the gap,
OK，
switching
新图
from our
层，
primary to our secondary weapon and back and
然
forth.
后
This is kind of precise because you can get stuck on some things, and if you do, you'll have to fall into the water and die. As well as if you get a tank here, it's almost impossible not to get hit out of the air with a rock. Almost every special can kill you while you're doing this. You can get charged out of the water while you're flying across, and can get smoked, and can get huntered. So it's very important that you make sure everything is clear before you try it. Another reason we play on the 2.00.00 patch is because it allows you to vote as many times as you want on a single map. In later patches of the game, you can only vote once per map. So you wouldn't be able to vote to expert and then back to easy every time, which would lose a lot of time when killing the bots, or make you play on expert or with bots.
To the drainage pipe. Okay, that was a little too close.
help。
If you've been around the Left 4 Dead community for a while, you'll probably have noticed that we enjoy seeing content creators for our favorite game. Whether it's a streamer, SFM artist, or a YouTuber, the whole community loves seeing gameplay by skilled players, or SFM videos like those by BGBin or SaveMoz. But knowing this, it might surprise you that there is one YouTuber who is largely disliked and even hated by the Left 4 Dead community. This YouTuber is Comchick. Hello, my name is Jays, and welcome to my second What's the Deal With video. If you don't know me yet, I'm an avid Left 4 Dead 2 player with 3,000 hours of experience in the game. However, obviously you're not here to hear about me. You're here because you're either a fan of Comchick and want to bluntly hate on me for showing what he's really like, or you genuinely want to know what's the deal with him and why so many people don't like him. In either case, let's start with the question, who is Comchick? Comchick, also known as Dima, is a Ukrainian gamer who primarily plays Left 4 Dead and Resident Evil. As of writing this script, he has just over 170,000 subscribers, with one of his videos even reaching 1.5 million views. Seeing how popular he is, it would make sense to assume that he's an amazing Left 4 Dead player. But you'd be mistaken. Despite his thousands of subscribers and viewers, Comchick is actually terrible at Left 4 Dead. In this video, I will go into detail about everything that people don't tend to realize about Comchick, such as his cheating, his lies, and his stealing. So, to get started, let's have a look at the content of his Left 4 Dead videos. Most of Comchick's Left 4 Dead content consists of solo or challenge runs, which, contrary to what you might be thinking, do not actually require much skill. Rather, solo runs are mostly reliant on luck and trial and error. To give you an example, solo runs in Left 4 Dead have always been a first challenge that people attempt to complete. Think of it as a player's baby steps towards reaching a decent skill level. Most of the time, people with as little as 300 hours can reliably complete a campaign in expert solo. Of course, this refers to solo runs in general. There are challenge runs that are definitely more difficult, but it stands as a fact that most Left 4 Dead players can complete a campaign all on their own, even with specific restrictions such as no guns or melee only, which makes it about as impressive as deploying an ammo pack. However, despite challenge runs in Left 4 Dead being simple and a generally easy task for most players, Comchick still cheats. There's many instances in his videos that literally show him cheating. Not only does he use admin commands to get an edge, like when he killed teammates who were still alive in his video Expert Healing No Mutation No Restarts the Parish, but he's also cheated in various other instances. In his video Solar Realism Expert No Damage the Parish, during the final loading screen you can see the chat box showing him having enabled God mode multiple times. In his video Solar Realism Expert No Damage the Passing, he is clearly seen being hit by a common infected outside of the grace period without taking any damage. In his video Spike Mutation Gridlock, he literally starts the video by giving himself a grenade launcher with infinite ammo. And lastly, in his video Solar Realism Expert No Damage Dark Carnival, you can see on multiple occasions that he enabled SV cheats, for example in the first and last safe rooms of the campaign. But more blatantly, in this video, you can see him entering map 3's safe room without any items, but when the next map loads, he suddenly has a bile jar in his inventory, which he can only have obtained by spawning it in with admin commands. Now you might say, but Jays, none of these show him actively using cheats. And to that I say, yeah, that's a fair assumption. Other than these examples and a few more, you don't actively see him cheating in his videos. However, even if you don't want to consider this as proof of direct cheating, it does prove that he is splicing his runs. Splicing, for those who don't know the term, means that you play a part of a game multiple times and then only show the best result, cutting out the moments you didn't do well in. It's essentially segmenting a run, but hiding the fact that it was segmented. This is actually a very serious issue, to the point that many speedrunners in various games have been banned for life because they spliced runs. I'd like to quote Carl Jobs in his video, The Worst Fake Speedrun on YouTube, in regards to this.
In Super Mario 64, multiple world record holders have been caught splicing runs by using audio analysis combined with a healthy knowledge of what the Nintendo 64 can and can't output. But these runs went under the radar for years because the discrepancy is so slight that to any normal viewer, it looks exactly the same as any other run. The fact that better players make better cheaters means that arguments such as, "he's such a good player he has no reason to cheat," are fundamentally flawed. When Billy Mitchell and Todd Rogers were exposed as frauds, this was one of the most common arguments their defenders tried to make. If anything, having a better understanding of a game makes you even more likely to cheat, which is why at the top level, proof standards are so important.
As you can hear, when competing in a high-skill environment such as speedrunning, proof standards become extremely important in proving your legitimacy. But Comchick blatantly disregards these standards entirely. So, just before we continue, how can you tell if a run is spliced in Left 4 Dead? It's actually pretty easy. Simply watch the moment the player loads into a map. When you load into a map after dying, you will see the incapped icons at the bottom of the HUD for a few frames. This doesn't happen when you load into a map for the first time. How do you know what the first frame of loading in is? Just look for the brief animation your gun does when you load in. However, if you try to look for this in Comchick's videos, you won't find anything, because most of the time, he cuts out the moments he loads into levels, and hides the end credits. In any form of competition, this would immediately be seen as incriminating and highly suspicious, as Comchick consciously decides to not show the two exact things that can be used to determine cheating and skill. There's also other ways to tell if your run is spliced. For example, in Comchick's video, Solar Realism Expert No Weapon No Damage the Parish. These bottom floor tables will always have guns spawn on them if you play the previous level. In Comchick's video, however, these guns don't spawn, proving that he stopped recording on map 4 and simply played map 5 individually at another point in time. However, recognizing splicing by observing the HUD is the easiest method. To go even further, almost every single Survive video he had uploaded to his channel contained some form of cheating. Everything from additional ammo, using scripts, to spawning in items and using god spots, you mention it. Unfortunately, he has deleted those videos, probably due to the backlash from the survival community, so I can't show any of those videos in detail. But, just to prove that these videos did indeed exist, here are the old, dead links that can still be found on Discord posts. However, the survival community isn't the only group of people he's disrespected in such a manner. He also shit all over the speedrunning community by making up his own rules, lying about having world records, and calling the actual skilled speedrunners cheaters. If you take a look at his speedrun.com profile, you will notice that he doesn't have a single verified run for Left 4 Dead 1 or 2. You might be wondering why? He posts speedruns all the time. The answer is simple. He doesn't follow the rules and instead makes up his own. The first point of interest in regards to this would be his lies about achieving world records. A while ago he uploaded various campaign speedruns which he quickly claimed as world records by putting that in the video titles. The problem is, he was lying. He ignored the official speedrun.com rules, made up his own, and then proceeded to say that there are no rules in speedrunning, despite it being pretty obvious that there are actual rules when doing a speedrun. According to Comchick's made-up rules, the only valid timer is the one built into the game. The fact that Left 4 Dead's credit timer is inaccurate and doesn't even display the seconds is apparently irrelevant to him. He even says that if a game doesn't have a built-in timer, you can't speedrun it. So, according to Comchick, every Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, Pokemon and GTA speedrun ever made is not a real speedrun because they used an external timer. To be fair to him, he has since removed the titles of world records from his videos, but only because Lunatic, a dedicated speedrunner, beat his times with Comchick's ridiculous made-up rule set. But if you look at the old links of those videos, they still display the original titles, proving that he was indeed lying to make himself look better than he really is. Various speedrunners even tried to talk to him and explain to him why his runs weren't actual world records, but Comchick, to put it simply, didn't give a shit and decided to mock them instead. In general, it's safe to say that after all the things he's done to the speedrun community, the Left 4 Dead speedrunners have more than enough reasons to dislike him. This isn't the only example of Comchick being a liar though, there's plenty more. On one of his recent videos titled Left 4 Dead 2 Solorism Expert No Weapon No Damage Blood Harvest, he ends up taking damage at the end right as he's about to enter the rescue vehicle. Now, I'm actually not going to talk about the fact that he took damage in a no damage run, but rather I want to bring attention to a comment on his video. A comment made by one of his fans contains made-up excuses in regards to the damage Comchick took at the end of the video, saying things like, all zombies will incap you in one hit on expert realism, and you don't take damage when entering the rescue vehicle, all of which is just wrong. Nothing written in that comment is true. Expert difficulty infected do 10 to 20 points of damage, and you are not safe from damage until the moment the escape cutscene begins. And even then, you can still take damage and even die during the cutscene. The entire comment is just made up by someone who has no clue about how Left 4 Dead works. But this video isn't called What's the Deal with Comchick's Fans, so I want to take a look at how Comchick reacted to this comment. For this, let's play a little game! Welcome to Jay's What Would You Do, the most unknown quiz show on the entire internet. Let's just skip the formalities and get right into the question of the day. If you were a popular YouTuber, and someone wrote a comment on your video that is completely false, would you A. Correct the user, B. Ignore it, or C. Pin it for everyone to see? Alright, now that you've had time to think, let's have a look at each answer. If you chose A, then congratulations! You're an honest and upstanding person. If you chose B, then congratulations! You probably thought that someone else would correct the comment and that you don't have to worry about it. And if you chose C, then congratulations! You're Comchick. Yep, Comchick read this comment, and knowing full well that none of it is true, decided that he wants everyone to see it. Yes, I am aware that the commenter corrected himself on the damage aspect in the replies, although he still insists that the god frames before the cinematic are a thing when they simply aren't. But Comchick pinned this comment before those replies were made. Comchick is intentionally showing lies to his fans just to make himself look better, and he does this all the time. He does this with his edits, by hiding his splicing and cheating. He does this with his titles, by falsifying them. Comchick is lying to his fans, and to your face, all the time. I am aware that, to someone who doesn't know much about Left 4 Dead, his gameplay will look like he's really skilled. However, I can guarantee that his skill is far below average, and this opinion is shared among most experienced Left 4 Dead players. BillPlay3, a moderator on speedrun.com, says that he can't be trusted in a competitive environment. He got caught cheating multiple times. You just can't have a person like this around in a community. Jurasek, a skilled speedrunner who did a run with Comchick, stated that he did all the work, hosting the speedrun while doing all the difficult tasks and carrying Comchick to a 7 minutes time in the run. Yet he was ignored when he told Comchick that the speedrun isn't valid as it didn't use a proper timer. Comchick, however, doesn't care and still claimed it as a legitimate run, while ignoring the fact that he didn't follow the speedrun.com rules, dragged down the entire team, and that Jurasek did all the work for him. Spoon, a competitive player and Left 4 Dead Nation admin, says that he just exploits newer players' inexperience. They think it's hard and they're like, wow, this guy's really good. He's not. Hell, even Burhack, a renowned speedrunner with dozens of world records in various games, thinks that Comchick is a scumbag for constantly lying and acting like he's better than others. I think you get the picture. It's safe to say that Comchick has completely ruined his reputation within the Left 4 Dead community. Now, being bad at a game in and of itself is not an issue. Not everyone can or wants to be the best at a game they play. Instead, the main issue that people have with Comchick is that he acts as if he's the best and never does anything wrong, which is objectively not true. He's a terrible versus player, he has never achieved a good time in survival, he's a mediocre speedrunner, and most of all, he is arrogant and a narcissist. This arrogance of his has even led him to violate various laws. Yes, you heard correctly. Comchick has repeatedly violated copyright laws. He has stolen other people's art and used them as thumbnails on numerous occasions, refusing to credit them, and even ignoring them when they tried to speak to him about it. Let me illustrate to you how bad this actually is. This thumbnail is stolen, and this one too, and this one as well, also this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and those two, and that one, and this one, and that one, and this one there, and that one there, and those over there, and that one, and this one, and that one, and this one, and that one, and this one, and this one, and that one, and this one, and this one, and... yeah. Pretty much every thumbnail he uses is stolen. According to him, he doesn't always know who the artist is, when literally all he has to do is click on the link under the picture to get there. He has no excuse for his laziness, considering it took me roughly 5 minutes to find the sources for 23 of the pictures. Here, have a look. You can see some of those pictures right here in this video. To make all of this even worse, he genuinely believes that there is nothing wrong with taking other people's art without their permission. He claims that artwork on the internet is not copyright protected because it's publicly visible. Let that sink in. Using Comchick's logic, it's perfectly fine for me to go to the Louvre, take the Mona Lisa home, and show it off at my house just because it's visible on Google. That is the same thing that he's doing right now. He is using other people's art as thumbnails to bring attention to his videos. He then makes money from people watching his videos, and then he claims that he can do whatever he wants with images that appear on Google because they can be viewed by anyone. Wouldn't it be useful if Google had a filter to hide copyrighted content? Oh wait, it's right there. Comchick is actually very hypocritical in this aspect. When he steals content from someone else, it's perfectly fine for him, but the moment someone else uses his videos, it's suddenly not okay anymore. It's almost as if Comchick is selfishly lying and only cares about himself. Mittens made a great video on this and elaborates on how he and other artists try to talk to Comchick about his blatant theft of their art. I won't go into full detail on it, so I strongly suggest that you check it out for yourself. You should see a notification in the top right hand corner that will take you to it. In his video, Mittens details the course of action that he and other artists took when trying to confront Comchick about him using their art without their permission on videos that are making him money. Notably, he elaborates on the fact that, when the artists tried to speak to him, Comchick treated them like idiots, and later on told his fans that they're just trolls and haters. The various artists, such as Going to Kills You, Mittens and BG Bean, had to confront him as a group to even get him to talk to them somewhat properly.
好累哦，天哪！
Even after this group effort, Comchick still
我在
refused
干
to
嘛？
admit that he is wrong, stating that every image from Google Images and DeviantArt are free to reuse, ignoring the literal laws that make this illegal. Comchick loves to use that argument to defend himself.
Alright, mods, chat, are we ready? Alright, I'm going to leak the code in my thing, alright chat? I'm going to leak my code, and the first person to join, I'm gonna kick everyone out, and then we're going to 1v1, and after I win or lose, I will guess your rank, okay? Ready? 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 3, 2,
Huh?
1. BRA417.
第一个 attempt，
Okay,
我
I'm
要
not gonna
尝
check his rank.
试
Are you currently
看
ranked
着。
yet? Did you get your rank yet this act? Okay. Alright, let's go. Level
Wolf's not saving you.
222 picking Jet. How are you guys already guessing diamond and shit? That makes no sense.
Gotta go. Watch out.
Stop. Stop! Chat, it happens. Yo, it happens. It happens. Chat,
Are we
chill.
only doing one side? Are we only
Yeah.
doing
Chat,
Oh my
relax,
God.
bro. Relax. It's
Can I
not.
go to Cringe and buy whatever I want.
You
or-
can do whatever you want, dude. Whatever you want. Oh. Are we trying to guess your rank or the other guy's rank?
First to 13 or first to 5?
First to
or-
5 is a swift play.
Okay, cool.
Coming through. Gotta go. Almost out.
Oh!
You gotta be careful, bro. You gotta be careful. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You gotta be careful, bro. Chat, come on, bro. My neon skills are like low-key good, no? Okay, chat. So far, he is on 70 ping. I should have gave him ping advantage or like equal ping. That's on me. He sits here with an outlaw. Low-key means he has a brain. I'm gonna say automatically plat. I'm gonna say he's plat so far.
Go. Shortcut.
脑袋稍微斜一点，我就不会画脸
I
了。
think I have a good idea.
Yeah.
Like, your mechanics are low-key, your mechanics are lacking, but your brain is pretty good right now. Muda's stream hits different on mute.
I need a
show
few
them.
more, bro.
You know what?
I need to win a few more. I can't go out with 1-5.
Gotta go. Shock it.
好怪哦，等一下，
Go. Go.
NT.
Not impressed.
Yeah.
That was a good try.
That was
Okay,
a-
chat, low-key, chat, what are we thinking so far, chat? What are we thinking? I think I was gonna give him plat. I think I'm still gonna give him plat. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like gold, plat,
管了，
so
直接
far, like
画进
low-key.
来。
Gold. He's gold 100%. Gold. I'm gonna see if he clears this, chat. If he swings like this and clears this, he's automatically platinum.
Gotta go. Shock it.
Alright.
Okay. It's a little BM there.
Yeah, I'm low-key tripping. I'm tripping, dude. I don't even know what the f I was doing there. That was the stupidest shit I've ever done in my entire life. Like, I think I'm a plat player right now, I think. No, that was the worst shit I've ever seen in my ass. I don't know. That was the worst shit I've ever done in my life. I'm gonna be honest. The neon is probably bronze. Dude, he's jet.
Go. Shortcut. I'm out of here.
Wow. Okay, buddy.
You know, just something light.
I mean,
Out of
shit.
charges.
I did not expect
Match
that at all.
point.
This jet is a good guy. I would have flamed your shit if you ever did that. Now, does he clear this, chat, is the question. Does he clear this? Okay, this guy's like gold.
Take this. Gotta go. This way.
这看起来超诡异的。
Gotta go.
等一下，这看起来诡异到爆炸。Oh my god！
That's the
GG, bro.
no. GG's, bro.
GG's. Don't leave right away. Let me guess your rank.
No,
real quick.
no. Yeah, lock it in.
I think, chat, what do you think? I think you're gold.
Close. I'm a plat.
Chat, I knew it.
What were you thinking? Mid gold?
Dude, I literally told my chat plat, but they were spamming gold, so I was like, okay, we'll do gold. Bro, alright, bro. GG's, bro. Thank you for your time, brother.
Yeah. Have a good stream, bro.
YouTube, bro. Or not YouTube.
Nah, yeah,
You know what I'm
I'm
saying? You know
not
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Alright, chat. Type 1 if you're ready, type 2 if your dick is small, and type 3 if you're currently watching on Twitch, type 4 if you're watching on YouTube. Alright, chat. Ready? Oh my... Alright, SpongeBob, I'm dead. I have to kick you out. I'm sorry. I leaked your rank on accident. I'm sorry. Alright, you need a new code? Yo, I'm so sorry. I'm retarded, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so retarded. Whoever made that, bro, whoever joined SpongeBob, I am so sorry, bro. I brain, bro. That is not your fault. That is my fault. Mods, give SpongeBob 2x VIP for the day. Alright, chat, give SpongeBob
Oh my
2x
god，我快不
VIP
行了，
for
等
the
下
day,
这
bro.
这个眼这个眼睛拉完了，
Alright, chat, what
这
agent?
眼睛
What do
不
y'all
行
want, chat? What do y'all want? The black one.
Going up.
擦掉一点。怎么画呢？像这样。
I don't know. I chat off of his skill so far. I don't know. Okay, Marshall, that's a good sign.
Ah.
Going up. Spike planted. Flash.
Okay, low key. Slow ass mechanics so far. Oh my god. Yeah, we're gonna give this guy silver. We're gonna have to give this guy silver or bronze. Chat, what are we thinking? Silver, bronze? What are we thinking so far? I mean, I should not be able to do that to anyone in this world, no matter how good my movement is, bro. Target, can you give me a hint? What level are you?
140.
Okay.
Or like 120.
Okay. So chat, you can't be that high. He has to be like silver, low-key.
Going up. Spike planted. Watch your eyes. Come on, let's go. Watch your eyes. Easy, man.
Okay. Yeah, this guy needs to be like bronze, I think. I mean, he's not stupid. He's smart. He's like picking good fights, but he just has no confidence. And with confidence, you gain the higher rank you are. He has no confidence, which means he's like silver, bronze. He has to be like silver, bronze, low key. $100, he's silver 3. Trust me. I mean, let's see what we got today. Let's see. Okay. Can't be whiffing those.
Flash. Spike planted. Careful now. No charges left. Going up.
感觉这个地方应该还要再更细一点。
Watch your eyes.
Maybe.
All I need are these hands.
Alright, bro, I'm not like, I think I have a good answer.
Yes, bro.
Switching sides.
No, don't do that to me.
Damn, this
Don't
is
do
fun.
that. No, you're gonna
Let's
make me
keep it
feel
going.
bad. Stop. I'm not gonna lie, with 120 hours, I have a good idea where you're at. You're smart. Don't get me wrong. You're smart. Like, you're taking good fights. You know where to play. You know when to pop shield.
Yeah.
I think I have a good idea. We're gonna see after this round, I'll guess. Chat, what do y'all think, chat? Silver, bronze, or... There's no way he's
They're not
iron.
gonna get an inch.
I don't think he's iron.
Going up.
W.
I mean, okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to guess silver.
Correct.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh
Which
my
one
god.
do you think?
I already opened up your thing.
I
already opened up your thing, but thank God. Cause bro, you weren't horrible. Like, I just think like you had no confidence, but
Yeah.
you knew what to do, you just had no confidence. So yeah, silver's a good idea. Okay, GG's bro. GG's bro. Thank you for your
GG's.
time, brother. Thank you, GG's. Yeah. That guy, chat, was low-key. Confidence was low-key the problem there. Alright, chat. Type 1 if you're a big, 2 in the chat if you have a small, 3 in the chat if you are ready to do this. Alright, chat. 3, 2, 1. Lego. Alright. We're gonna have to kick some people. Who was the first
Wait,
person
let
who
me do
joined? Was it Michu? It had to have been Michu, right? Yo, stop switching! I can't kick you! Yo! Bro! Stop! Yo! Bro, I'm serious. Alright, Michu, you were the first person in the game, right?
Yeah.
Alright, brother. Before we start, can I have your level?
540.
540.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, good luck. Instantly, Ascendant Diamond. There is no way, right? At least a diamond. Muda, there's level 700s on silvers. If you are level 700, if you are level 500, if you are level 400, if you are level 300, and you are still silver, you need help, bro.
Take flight. Scanning it.
Okay. Alright, we have a spot.
Deploying drone. Enemy tag. Scanning ahead. Out of charges.
有一点往外，这样。之类的。啊，好怪哦。
Okay. Still got it though. So W reaction time, he did flick
Help.
around very fast. I'm gonna have to say, like, it was level 500. He has to be like at least diamond or ascendant.
Take flight. Revealing area. Be at rest.
Chat, he's smoking the dart. He's smoking the dart. Gotta be at least, I don't know. I feel like he's gotta be diamond or ascendant so far.
右边的眼睛太扁了，可是问题是我要怎么把它分离出来？
Plat 3 peak? There is no way that's a plat 3 peak. Chat, do plats know how to like smoke darts with their thing like fast? Like flick around? Level 500 you're gonna be plat? No way. Chat, do you guys know anyone who's level 500 in plat? My fucking ass, bruh.
Take flight.
做个弊。思考。但我觉得还要在上面一点点，所以应该会像……哎呦，我在干嘛？
Why would I do that? Like, I knew he was there. I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have did that. I knew he was there. Why would I do that? It's gotta be like ascendant low-key. How does he know?
Revealing area.
Can't do that, Michu. You can't do that. Lucky, shitty player. Who the f do you think you're talking to? I got ranked 1 in NA and EU. I am the champion of both regions on a 24/7 Mudathon for 30 days straight, rank 1 in both regions. I am not a lucky, shitty player. I have mastered all aspects of the game. Win traded, by the way.
Deploying drone.
GG, bro. GG's. I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea, bro. I mean, okay, the 2 times you killed me were with ghosts. That's the only times you've ever killed me, which means you put a lot of your... I know that you put a lot of your efforts and training into aim, because you killed me with flick weapons. You knew how to flick around and smoke dart. You knew how to dash. You knew where to play, how to catch me off guard. I'm gonna have to say you're Ascendant.
Nope, I'm immortal.
You're immortal?
Yeah.
How the f are you immortal?
I don't know, I've been between like Ascendant and Immortal.
Okay, so you're like a high immortal or low immortal?
Oh, no, low immortal.
Okay, I see. Yeah, you know what? Chat, I'm so stupid. I should have guessed Immortal, dude. Oh, all right, bro. GG's, bro. Thank you for your time, bro. Wait, have we ever played together?
No.
Oh, you're not in my lobbies?
No. I suck.
No, you don't suck, dude. You did good. GG's, bro. Take care.
Alright, GG's.
What？应该是这样。Oh hell no！ 好挫折哦！我感觉完全连临摹的水平都没了。不是水平啊，我到底在说什么？哎呦！好，这让我意识到一件事情：高几率嘴巴的位置不对。对，让我拖它。对啊，如果嘴巴在这个位置的话，理论上，应该没什么问题才对啊。还是问题是出在于鼻子的位置。哦，拜托，为什么没有办法直接拖移它？均匀扭曲。OK， 所以或许鼻子的位置还要再更上面一点。不对啊，这眼睛的位置不对啊！我突然意识到，这眼睛的位置肯定不对啊。假设说鼻子在这里好了，或这里，那这个眼睛应该会是至少也是这样子的。然后右眼的位置就会不对了，右眼的位置就会变成这里，差不多这里。然后这根睫毛的位置就会变成这里。之类的。哦，然后嘴巴的位置就可以再提高了。到底为什么没有办法把它 哎，哦，I'm dumb，这是用手指头在拖的，太直觉了吧！我的天，fuck，又跑掉了一点。往下一点点，这样，或许类似这种感觉吗？把脸擦掉一点。干，我不对哦，为什么看起来那么诡异啊？算了，就先画一次，然后看看。完了，我觉得我第一次的临摹比较好。这拉完了，而且甚至如果是这样的话，这边会被擦掉。这边应该是有头发在这里，所以会是什么？这样，这边下来，然后，嗯，不行，我要比对了。直接对上来参考。OK，嘴巴的位置明显的不对。哦，这个脸差很多，这脸差超级无敌多。如果我有对准，当然可以这边来参考。这样，好，从这边开始修。所以首先是嘴巴的位置，嘴巴的位置差的有一点点多，鼻子的位置没差很多，然后脸这个差的可多了，天哪！蛮奇怪的，我在画星野的时候脸会画小，但是在画这种 style 的反而会画多。应该是这样。 哦，不是，这是错误的线条。啊，这有点小尴尬。这是错误的线条，正确的线条是这一条。哦，所以比较是没有，左边这边还是明显太大。第一版。嗨，乱画画。嗨，我画到有一点累了。我来看看影片，让我的 ADHD brain 稍微有一点感觉。
Who is it? Who's the jet?
It's fluorescent.
Yo, Scrim, thank you for the prime. What's up?
Dan, Ager,
You ever watch Karate Kid?
yeah.
The one with Jaden Smith.
Yeah, the one with Jaden Smith, the guy doing fucking.
You know, at the end where he did like a 360 backflip, like kick on the head. That's what I do to you. Star mid doors. There's like 3 close mid.
We drop the wall, alright?
Yeah.
Hey, 50.
然后运动一下。
This is the exact 12-minute routine
手
that
腕
I use on a regular basis to make sure that my wrist.
Mate tripping.
Training. Right into this routine. This exercise builds endurance of the muscles on the palm side of the forearm and hand. This is responsible for pressing down on the mouse buttons and maintaining palmar pressure against the mouse. Make sure your forearms are supported and you are bending only at the wrist and rolling the dumbbell all the way down to the fingers as shown. Repeat for the duration of 30 seconds.
Oh, maybe we just go do it. Hold with our heads.
I mean,
this exercise builds the endurance of the muscles on the top side of the forearm and hand, and they're responsible for lifting the fingers off of mouse and keys. Fingertip control tends to utilize these muscles as well during downward micro presses. Make sure your forearms are supported and you're only bending at the wrist, and repeat for the duration of the 30 seconds.
Oh wait, there's a guardian for this? Oh, that's unfortunate.
This exercise builds the endurance of the radial deviators of the hand. These muscles are responsible for bending the wrist towards the thumb or flicking the mouse to the left. To perform this exercise, make sure the dumbbell is tilted at the 45-degree angle shown and bend the wrist up and down from that position. Repeat for the duration of the 30 seconds.
Where's the box at?
Jesus.
Sorry, wake up, bro. Wake the fuck up.
What do you mean, wake up? You're O2, dumbass.
You sat outside B window for the whole round. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm working the map, dumbass. Shit, or I got elbow or no? Oh, God.
Now we're going to be repeating the entire cycle of exercises starting from the wrist flexors. Then we go into the wrist extensors, radial, and ulnar deviators. This will help build the endurance of these muscles so you can handle longer sessions with less risk of irritation or strain.
I throw back.
How much did I have to drop? 35. 35. What do you mean unrealistic? I do that shit every single day with my eyes closed, hands fucking handcuffed behind me.
Huh? You like that?
Yeah, I don't like it, man.
Excited to look?
Outside, yeah. Bro, what did he say?
They might go away though.
He's fighting somewhere, Ashra. He said pickle. Ashra's dead probably. Mid respawn. Watch how to respawn, Sova.
Across email, across it. Go.
Fun.
13 mid, and 1 default.
Minus 35 to 7.
Mid.
Oh, well, let me see how a real Asher clutches it.
Oh, you went window instead of elbow, man.
Not even trying to win the round, and they can't even aim. Wait, watch it.
You what the fucking flash is this? Oh, what, last knife got a kill? Oh yeah, I'm feeling it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it.
I can run it for you.
Yeah, sure. Oh no.
And they can't even aim.
Who is it? Who's the jet?
It's for us.
Oh my god. Guys, you gotta get the Viper V4 Pro. This is a good mouse, okay guys? Just remember.
For us to just hit a clip on us, it's over. He re-swings as soon as...
Wait, I'm trapped?
You gotta touch. Bottom right.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Wait, wait, one top mid, one flank. What the fuck are you doing lurking every fucking round?
I'm not lurking,
Vader.
Fucking sack of shit.
What the fuck are you doing?
2 stars B. I don't hear anything though.
Down. Good wall still. I'm gonna drop my wall.
Flank.
What are these hit cans doing?
No access to the site.
That's you.
Now, I had a good round, I got freaky.
Joining in.
Fuck, Oxy got me good. I wanted to shotgun him. I should have jumped. Front side stuck.
30.
Jeez. It's not up mid doors, so.
B1.
Nothing left.
Close mid.
Oh my god, my neon scared the fuck out of me. Serena's up it. Oh yeah, 3 mad viper ult. They don't know about this.
Sorry, viper. Come here.
Come A. I'm trapped in this bitch. Yo, Chamber, get your ass over here, bro.
But they're actually stuck. Like the Reyna and Luke can't get up. He's stuck.
Here, bro. Run A, run. Stupid fuck. You stupid fuck. This guy is listening to our comms.
Okay, they got me. They fucking got me.
Astro likes to play back. Backside, you fat piece of shit. Hey. Who do you think you are, Houdini? Oh, you in that?
Let's be super late. I think Chambers,
Oh my god. He pulled out his drone, bro. Thank god. That was bad. Guys, that was bad.
This exercise builds the endurance of the extensors of the fingers. This is a difficult exercise with higher load on the tendons. Instead of using a standard band like the one shown, you can use a simple rubber band and increase or decrease the difficulty by adding bands. To perform this exercise, place the band at the fingertips and start with some tension. Open slowly and return back for each repetition. This exercise builds the endurance of the finger flexors. This is also a difficult exercise with higher loads on the flexor tendons. And if you're interested in using this, consider a vari grip or ulti grip as they have better design for comfort at the fingers. To perform this exercise, apply fingertip pressure at the tool and slowly press up and down.
Yes!
Now we're going to be repeating the stretches on the respective sides to provide that temporary relief of stiffness from the initial endurance exercises. And remember, you can use these stretches between your games or after your sessions as a means of recovery or restoring your
shitty
HP.
ass Astro smoke, bro.
This exercise builds the endurance of the extensors of the fingers. This is a difficult exercise with higher load on the tendons. Instead of using a standard band like the one shown, you can use a simple rubber band and increase or decrease the difficulty by adding bands. To perform this exercise, place the band at the fingertips and start with some tension. Open slowly and return back for each repetition. This exercise builds the endurance of the finger flexors. This is also a difficult exercise with higher loads on the flexor tendons. And if you're interested in using this, consider a vari grip or ulti grip as they have better design for comfort at the fingers. To perform this exercise, apply fingertip pressure at the tool and slowly press up and down.
Sorry, Zeppa.
This exercise builds the endurance of the finger flexors. This is also a difficult exercise with higher loads on the flexor tendons. And if you're interested in using this, consider a vari grip or ulti grip as they have better design for comfort at the fingers. To perform this exercise, apply fingertip pressure at the tool and slowly press up and down. This is a stretch of the flexor muscles. Bend your wrist back as shown and pull at the fingers until you feel stretch at the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. You should only feel a mild moderate stretch sensation and hold that for 15 seconds.
Yo, Jet Slayer, what's up, man?
This is a stretch of the extensor muscle. With your palm down, bend your wrist towards the ground and apply pressure until you feel stretch along the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. And again, you should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation. Now we're going to be repeating the stretches on the respective sides to provide that temporary relief of stiffness from the initial endurance exercises. And remember, you can use these stretches between your games or after your sessions as a means of recovery or restoring your HP. This is a stretch of the extensor muscle. With your palm down, bend your wrist towards the ground and apply pressure until you feel stretch along the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. And again, you should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation. This is a stretch of the flexor muscles. Bend your wrist back as shown and pull at the fingers until you feel stretch at the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. You should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation and hold that for 15 seconds. This is a stretch of the extensor muscles. With your palm down, bend your wrist towards the ground and apply pressure until you feel stretch along the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. This is a stretch of the extensor muscles. Bend your wrist back as shown and pull at the fingers until you feel stretch at the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. You should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation and hold that for 15 seconds.
Whoa, what the?
This is a stretch of the extensor muscles. With your palm down, bend your wrist towards the ground and apply pressure until you feel stretch along the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. And again, you should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation. This is a stretch of the flexor muscles. Bend your wrist back as shown and pull at the fingers until you feel stretch at the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. You should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation and hold that for 15 seconds. This is a stretch of the extensor muscles. With your palm down, bend your wrist towards the ground and apply pressure until you feel stretch along the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. And again, you should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation.
You guys might as well fucking save.
This is a stretch of the flexor muscles. Bend your wrist back as shown and pull at the fingers until you feel stretch at the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. You should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation and
Did
hold
you
that
see
for 15
Muda
seconds.
and Jinxie went on a date with some VR
This is a
chat
stretch of the
girls?
extensor muscle. With your palm down, bend your wrist
That's probably the
towards
first time I've
ground
ever
and
read
apply
that
pressure
sentence
until
in
you
my
feel
entire
stretch
life.
along the
You and now,
top
bro.
side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. And again, you should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation. Now we're going to be repeating the stretches on the respective sides to provide that temporary relief of stiffness from the initial endurance exercises. And remember, you can use these stretches between your games or after your sessions as a means of recovery or restoring your HP. This is a stretch of the flexor muscles. Bend your wrist back as shown and pull at the fingers until you feel stretch at the top side of the forearm, wrist, and hand. You should only feel a mild to moderate stretch sensation and hold that for 15 seconds. This is a great routine you can perform on a regular basis to help build and maintain your endurance. You can also take some of the stretches to perform between your games or after your session for some recovery. Keep in mind that everyone has a different level of endurance, so if you're just starting out and feel it's a bit too much, don't hesitate to skip a few of the exercises. And once you're ready, you can perform it 2 times or repeat a few of the exercises to build even more.
Right now, it's feeling cold and breezy.
At least on me, they know.
Go ahead.
Chamber's low on A. He's low. I hit 80.
Smoking.
We need mid.
80, don't.
In the smoke, go by yellow. Doors in yellow.
Wanna set it up? You saw him.
40.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Fuck, bro, I didn't buy a shorty. I should have requested one. I was so insecure. But I actually just insecurity gap, guys. Legit social anxiety gap.
Kill Pupper Neo.
1v1. That shit went close, right?
Alright, look. I'm gonna stun and suck.
Alright, let's go.
Go.
Breaks up. Break. Yo, where guys?
To be bothered. Wait, I don't have updraft. I don't have updraft. Oh my god. I tried to updraft over it.
It's smoke, it's smoke, it's smoke!
First, no, they're not out.
Ulting?
Ulting A.
Nice, that's one of the lurkers. Maybe another one?
We have 2 ops.
That's an off.
Spike down A.
Already I'm out of
Mid doors, mid doors, mid doors.
Oh, yeah.
Last one was A main.
Oh, yeah. GG.
I'm breathing again. Did you see Muda and Jinxie went on a date with some
我的发，为什么转身史莱姆 S3 第9话，第59话？哦，我不能播这段，应该会被 copyright。看，我就不能只画这样子，今天只画这样有点白痴。再试一次。好，再画一张，再画一张，今天就收工。我觉得我累了，我觉得我好累哦，我一直在看 YouTube 影片。哎，在哪？哎，我都已经开冷气了，怎么还是这么热啊？This，然后这样，应该差不多吧。然后从这边开始，想一下。这样，这样，然后这样子，不对不对，比例错了，这比例绝对是错的。好一些。嗯。 这样，然后我觉得这个地方还要再弯下来一点。或许有点这种感觉吧。这样，我们这边简单的往上勾一笔。这样吗？然后换画右眼。蹭个线。画眼睛最大的点在于，到第二个眼睛的时候，才会开始出现很多问题。第一个眼睛看起来都很 OK， 第二个眼睛一画出来，那个比例怎么就不对了？那原因也很简单，因为本来第一个眼睛的比例就不对，就只是第二个眼睛让它变得很明显而已。哎呦，太大。这样，然后之类的，然后可能在这边收一个尾。看起来意外的还行哎，如果还没画上脸的话，待会直接把那张图片拿下来对比后，就会知道我错的有多离谱了。不过，我觉得画的比第一次还要好。然后应该是这样，从这里这样下来。为什么会变白色啦？ 嗯，或许下来的点不对，这边应该是对的点型，只是嘴巴太大而已之类的。所以它会看起来像，我觉得可以稍微往中间摆一点，这样。给它一种相近的感觉。然后这边还可以再凸出来一点。然后这边是因为被头发遮到，所以看起来会有那种感觉。这样。比对。OK。意外的是，嘴巴的位置跟脸的位置还是跑掉，但眼睛还好，眼睛看起来没有到太糟。Proportion 还值得加强很多，尤其是立体的结构上，我觉得找时间可以来画盒子。Interesting。奇怪，为什么会觉得这个比例是 OK 的？不对啊，是嘴巴我根本不应该画在这。突然意识到，我根本就不应该犯这个错误。Oh shit。 其他的比例上都是些微的调整。这边往下一点。好，今天就到这。第7天继续画这一张，然后接下来如果我还记得的话，就来画盒子。